Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the second video in my Missing Pieces collection of 10 videos that I'm planning to make. In my last video, I shared my approach to self-care and a few of my strategies. And so I thought this would be a good video to make next, because following on from that, this is another self-care strategy that I have adopted, which is the mindset that I deserve to live in a clean and organized environment. And it's not that I didn't want that before I had this mindset. It's just that before I was cleaning and tidying the house from the intention of doing it for somebody else, like doing it for my family, because I'd like the environment to be tidy and organized and clean for them. Or if a guest came over, do an extra deep clean so there would be a lovely environment for them, or just because that's what you're supposed to do. But I never thought about it as I'm doing it for me. And since I've changed that way of thinking, that approach, it's changed how I feel about cleaning and tidying the house, and also how much joy it brings me, and how well I'm able to do it. So it's now I look at it as a form of self-care, and I give it one of the top priorities, because I did notice that my environment did affect my emotional and mental health. So having said that, to give you a little bit of context, in general, by nature, I'm a tidy person. I feel like I'm a tidy person. Like when I was growing up, when I was a kid, I was pretty tidy, good at keeping my room tidy. However, once I got married and had children and had a house, or an apartment or whatever to take care of, now I introduced other people into my life, daily life, I really started struggling to kind of balance everybody's needs and properties, and like items of clothing and all of that sort of stuff. So it started becoming a real challenge, and I was constantly cleaning. It's not like I was constantly cleaning and tidying up, and I was a queen of decluttering. I was decluttering all the time. Every sort of couple of months, I would do a big declutter, put tons of things in the back of the car and take them to Goodwill. And that was just, it was just but the clutter kept coming back. So, and I tried many different methods of tidying, many different systems, and they did work to a certain extent, but nothing long lasting. So what I came to realize was that keeping a home clean and tidy are two different topics, and they're two different tasks, I guess. So it's very difficult to clean a cluttered environment. However, once you take care of the clutter, taking care of the clutter is one problem, and it's a big problem on its own. And then cleaning is a separate task and a separate problem. Although while you're cleaning, of course, you're going to take care of, a few cluttered things. But if there are piles and piles of, piles of paper and unread mail and, you know, toys and whatever it is, clothes, then it's really hard to clean when the place is cluttered. So I didn't realize that. So that's what I was doing, was I was trying to clean amongst the clutter, and I never was able to get the home to either stay that way for any, length of time, or, more than a day, or um, ever ever feel like, okay, I finally got a handle on it. So once I realized that once the um, Marie Kondo wrote her book about the life-changing magic of tidying. So once I tried that method, that took care of the clutter side of it. And then there was then cleaning as routine was something else. And that's another video that I would like to make. So I wanted to share some of the unexpected benefits that I've experienced from using Marie Kondo's method of tidying up that I haven't heard anybody else talk about. So, okay, so these are not in any particular order, but the number one benefit that I found was it from using her technique, her method, was that surprisingly, in addition to having a tidy home, it helped me cultivate a deeper relationship with myself, which was very surprising because up until that time, we look at other outside of ourselves quite often, how somebody else is, how are they decorating their home, or how are they dressing, or how are they, organizing things, and which is great. But with this method, I had to go inside, and I had to constantly ask myself, what did I think? How did I feel? How did I feel about, you know, everything that I own, basically, and really listen to my heart. And that was the first time I think I had experienced that. So when you're constantly going through every single item in your house, more or less, and asking yourself, does this bring me joy? And being very, mindful and conscious about each and every item. Once you've done that many, many times, then you're constantly going inwards, and I feel like it's like valuing your opinion and your judgment and your giving value to your feelings rather than what's trendy or what's trending, or how to present a particular image to someone else. It's about you and how you feel and how you want to live. So it helped me to deepen my relationship with myself. And also, I feel like it gave me more confidence in my opinion, and in my just the way I live, basically. So that was really unexpected. So yeah, so it helped me create a deeper relationship with myself, and continues to. So that's number one. But there's not any particular order, but I think that's really the most important one, apart from obviously having a tidy home. So number two is also on the along the similar lines, is now I feel like I have, once I started this method, I realized that I began to have a deeper relationship with everything in my house and my house. I started having a deeper relationship with every single item, which might sound, if you haven't experienced it, it might sound a bit odd, but it's something I hadn't encountered before. I definitely did not have any kind of relationship with the things that I owned. And I've always been very interested in home decorating, and I've watched, so many like home decorating shows, like many of us do, and Architectural Digest magazine, and all sorts of like I love, 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 and I still do love watching home decorating shows. However, I felt like I was trying to copy what other people were doing, and it never felt authentic to myself. And now I think, yes, I think that's what it is it feels authentic. Like the way my home is now feels authentic to me. And if any time it doesn't, then I know what to do about it. I can change it up, and it's my decision. So, and that also makes me feel more, again, confident and more contented. So, having this deeper relationship with myself, and then also with the things that I have around me, helps me to feel more contented. That was really unexpected, because I didn't think that I could have that relationship with inanimate objects. So that was really surprising, and I feel I feel like I feel like they're kind of like my friends, because they support me, and then I take care of them too, and I enjoy hanging out with them as well. So now I enjoy being in my home more than ever before, since I started this tidying. I actually really enjoy being in my house. Before I was always like, oh, I'll go here, I'll do that, I'll visit so and so, I'll whatever, but never really feeling contented and joyful just being in the home. And now sometimes I don't even want to go out. And I can't wait to get back home. So I don't know if anybody else has experienced this, but this has definitely been a shift for me. And so, yeah, so that's number 2. Okay, so this is something that I experienced. I don't know if anybody else has spoken about this or if they've experienced it. I mean, of course they have experienced it, but I don't know if anybody's shared this before. But I noticed that when I was, when I would like pick up an item to decide, oh, is this bringing me joy? I noticed it's true when you ask yourself, or when you pick up something that you really love, immediately it sparks a little like a little like firework or something, like it makes you feel like like that. So you can feel it in your hands, and as you feel it in your hands, not only is it bringing you joy, but also there's like love and joy flowing out of your arms, out of your heart and your arms and your hands, and going into, sort of penetrating into the object as well. And it can be, whatever. It doesn't matter what it is, but the item, whatever you're holding. So not only are you feeling joy from holding it, that it's flowing to you, but also it's flowing from you into the object as well. And so it's almost like you're infusing joy and love into that object, whatever it is, or, whether it's a person or an object or a pet or whatever it is. And I think that this is why um, people, people will always say, remember when they're older, remember like their mother's cooking, and you know maybe their mother made fantastic elaborate meals, or maybe their mother made a very, like beans on toast or something like that, like toast. But they'll remember the taste of it, and they'll remember it never ever taste any. They'll remember that. They'll have that memory, and nothing ever compares to it. And I think it's because when somebody you love makes something for you, cooks something for you, they're putting that love into you. They're putting that intention, and it's going from your heart, into their heart, and from their arms and into the cooking. And then when they're feeding you, what you're tasting is that love. When I tried this Marie Kondo's method, I noticed that not only was it sparking me joy, but joy was flowing from me into, and love into, the object. Now, if you think about it, if you're only keeping things that bring you joy, and they're bringing you joy, and then each time you do this, you're infusing joy into it. Now imagine your whole environment, whether it's your whole bedroom or your whole house, whatever it is, filled with items that are constantly reflecting this joy and love to you, and it's flowing from you and back from them to you. And not only that every time you use them, you're kind of charging them up again. You're like charging them with it. And you can't fake it. Like, if something does not bring you joy, you can't fake it. So anyway, that's what I noticed. So that elevates your experience. That has elevated my experience anyway. Also, I've noticed that I enjoy taking care of my house now. I enjoy it because I'm constantly engaging with things that bring me joy. And when I wash, even if it's the dishes, when I wash them, it makes me feel good. Or when I, wash my clothes, they make me feel good, because each one is now constantly reflecting and this joy. Also, I've noticed that not only once I started using this strategy, it started to reflect in other aspects of my life too. It started to permeate into other aspects of my life. So I tend to use this. I don't know, it just naturally happens that I'm just more discerning about other aspects of my life. Is this bringing me joy or not as well? So that's been pretty life-changing as well. So that's another one. Also, I've noticed I don't bring as much clutter back into the house. So that was the thing. I was very good at decluttering, but I was never questioning before I bought something, is this actually bringing me joy? So now that I consider that before I purchase an item, bring it into the house. If it doesn't, then it doesn't come into the house. Does it bring me joy? Is it absolutely, essential? then it'll come into the house. And I find I'm not decluttering anymore. The areas that I've decluttered, the areas that I've organized, I rarely give anything away or declutter from that. And also, I don't have clutter coming back into the house, which was my biggest problem, was because I was good at decluttering, but I wasn't good at being discerning about what I'm bringing into the house. So that's been an unexpected benefit. Which means I save a lot of money. Also, okay, so one last thing probably is that if you've watched the Devil Wears Prada first movie of Devil Wears Prada movie, in the intro of Devil Wears Prada, number one, you see all of these different ladies in New York getting ready to go to work. And when you see them, I used to love that. I used to love that scene. And I used to go, oh, wouldn't it be lovely? Like go into your wardrobe and like pick out these cute things and like these lovely, not that I didn't feel like that. When I got dressed, I didn't feel, like they seem, the feeling that you get when you watch them. And since I tidied just did my clothes closet and my jewelry and stuff, when I get ready in the morning, I have to tell you, I'm just wearing like leggings and top or whatever. But it feels like as if I was, it feels to me like as if I was in getting dressed, as if I was one of those girls from that Devil Wears Prada, intro scene. That's how it feels. So I don't know why, but and it's not like I have any fancy clothes or anything. Like those ladies had lovely, beautiful clothes, and I would have thought, I did think before that, oh, I would have to have like this beautiful wardrobe with these beautiful clothes and designer clothes and all this matching stuff in order to feel like that, or live in New York, or have this closet. But no, I was able to do that with just my regular old closet, that under my regular old clothes, but it just is elevated my experience of how I feel when I get dressed every day. I feel like as if I'm one of those ladies. So, which is quite bizarre. So, and unexpected. So, yeah. So that's basically all the things that I wanted to say. So yeah. So that's it. And thank you for watching this video. I really, and I look forward to talking to you in the next one. Okay, take care.